exercise will be engaging the muscles of your quads. So when you extend your leg, your quadricep is what's working to take that leg and extend it. So as you engage the muscle, the top of your thigh, feel that leg lift. So your kneecap will feel like it's lifting towards your thigh muscle, and then you set that leg back down. So we're activating a muscle that when you're seated is not being very active, is just passively resting. You are activating it as you lift, squeezing this quad muscle, thinking about the connection, and then setting it back down. Adding the breath in, inhale, and exhale, set that leg down. You can also add in a side stretch as you work on this exercise. So it would be inhale to extend the leg, exhale to lower, and then inhale, reach that same side, that arm up, and as you exhale, you can reach over a little bit further. Just make sure you're not slumping. We're trying to avoid slumping. Sitting up nice and tall, just getting a nice stretch to this side body. So after you do that on this side, you'll want to repeat the same number of times on the other side. So be inhale, extending, exhale, lowering, inhale, and exhale. Let's try one more time on this side, inhale, and exhale, then inhale, reaching this arm up to the sky, exhale, leaning. You could even take your gaze up towards those fingertips to lengthen through the neck if that feels good and doesn't strain your neck muscles. And then release that arm down. Now to activate the calf muscles and the fronts of the shins, we'll work on some simple heel raises and then toe lifts. So as you're seated at your desk, this is a simple exercise to just do. You can even do this while you're typing or perhaps while you're talking on the phone. You can also do it while you're reading something on the computer screen. But you can focus on lifting and really squeezing the calf muscles as you lift the heels, and then really engage the muscles of the front of the shins as you lift those toes back. After you do some movement, a little quicker, tapping, you can go faster, slower. You can even work on doing one side and then the other, or alternating. You should then hold, so we really contract through the muscles. So I'm going to lift the toes away from the floor like they're trying to come back to touch my shins. If possible, go ahead and close your eyes. That'll help to reduce some of the tension from looking at that screen all day in front of you at your desk. And inhale and exhale, sitting up nice and tall, feeling that contraction through the front of your shins. Inhale and exhale. And then you'll do the same thing, lifting the heels, squeezing the calf muscles, sitting up nice and tall. And if it's appropriate, if you have a chance to, close those eyes just to give them a break too and sit up tall to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Staying tall and lifted as you inhale and as you exhale. The next exercise I'd like to show you activates the muscles that are largely turned off when you're in a seated posture. So the muscles here, the hip flexors at the front of your torso and connecting down here to the tops of your thighs. Since we're seated and we're maybe slumping down, we're not thinking about turning those muscles on and making them active. So even while you're seated, you can activate those muscles by lightly placing your hands on the tops of your thighs. And then you try to press and resist the hand pressing down, the leg pressing up. You can do this one leg at a time, or you can press both feet down, hands down, and then just try to push away by the action of the legs lifting up and the hands pressing down. While you do that, remember not to continue the compression and the rounding forward. Use the hands to keep you lifted up nice and tall. Press down. You can lift or press down and just sit up nice and tall, still feeling these muscles, the tops of the thighs and hip flexors activate. If you'd like to add into that and you can stand, you can just stand up your desk and just act like you're going to have a seat in the chair and then lift back up. So it's the same principle, trying to engage these muscles, pushing the hips back, keeping the knees behind the toes, the heart lifted. Inhale as you lift up and exhale, lower down. Abs stay in. Inhale, lift up and exhale. Hover right above that chair, and when you're ready to sit down, release back towards your seat. You can also cross your ankles, and as you cross the ankles, the movement is going to be resisting out to the sides As your feet are crossed, you won't be able to move them, so you're just pressing outside edges of your feet towards the opposite direction so that I feel the outer parts of my hips working. So it's just a compressing and pushing out as I continue to breathe, sitting up nice and tall. Hold for 6 to 8 counts, then relax it. Again, 6 to 8 counts holding, pressing those inner edges of my feet out, resisting, using those muscles of the outer legs. And you can repeat that 3 to 4 times throughout the day whenever you need to activate those outer muscles of your thighs.